I fixed these lamps in a very, very hardcore way. Take these lamparins. Climate change caused them to blossom much earlier, so they start to disintegrate. To fix it, I made a new base, cutting the useless stuff from the old one and damaging it too much. So I went to the basement to paint it, and on the way, there may be sounds from a lamp. I assumed the lamp was haunted, so I painted my thingy and took it back to the workshop to fix it later. Then I cut a new base to place it on top of the base. For a bit I thought I'm gonna put a base on top of the base, but then I was like, nah, it's hardcore repairs, but I'm not crazy. I got a new leg and then beautified these brackets using online app. I assembled the base and designed a joint mechanism with wing nuts that allowed the wire to come through the washer. After that I bodged it all together. Next lamp used to belong to Hiro, my sort of a hunting mate. I always told him, hey man, this is such an ugly lamp, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna start a TV show of sorts and where I'm gonna remake things, I'm gonna smash it to pieces and then remake it for you, what'd you say? And he was like, Hiro's been dead, man, for the last 70 years. So I smashed it. After that I realized I actually need to replace this porcelain bit. I noticed this 3D printing thread spool is a perfect size. So I smashed it, first with a hammer and then with this industrial plastic shredder. I filled the flakes to the bottle that had conveniently a hole in there from a previous project. On the halfway through the bottle I thought of a little mischief. I wrote a formula of meaning of life, universe and everything, it's not 42, and put it in the middle of the bottle, and then buried it with the rest of the flakes. If you would like to know at least a part of that formula, wait till the end of this video. Then I made a base for it and fixed it with very, very hot glue. Then I took a champagne bottle that was conveniently cut in half from previous project. Shoved the insides of Hiro's lamp through it and connected it all together using an oaken connector. Okay, Hiro. Talking of being haunted, the next lamp I assisted was the one I found in the basement. It kept sort of talking, but when I removed the glass bit, I finally understood what it was trying to say.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Алексей. Я ваш ассистент.
Turned out that it was a prototype of some Soviet proto-household assistant AI that was developed in secrecy, hence the cover-up as a lamp. But it was abolished as the trial clients kept asking it for things which it couldn't deliver. So I took the glass bit and I smashed... No, I didn't. I know some of you didn't like the violence before, so I spared this one. I got you there again. I dismantled it, took the AI's brains and let it have some other silicon-based life company. Then I started with the leg. I took the leg from this industrial trolley that I recently turned into this sick-ass camera stand. Check it out. I mean, you can virtually anything with this thing. I rubbed it with love and metal brush and spent 17 hours watching YouTube videos looking for a perfect circle jig. I made one and cut a perfect circle. Then I cut a hole for the computer. Next, the head. The leg from the trolley had this connector on it, so I drilled a hole through a big-ass washer to fix it onto it and placed a smaller washer between the big-ass washer and the connector, so I could place an M6 bolt right beneath it, fixing it to the lamp's head. It's a complete nuttery, literally, but it worked. Then I took this pole and fitted it into the base. I rewired the brains and anchored the leg with this weight. So otherwise we use these weights to try to lift them. Here is a table of how many times people were actually able to to lift one. For instance, look, Kathleen, she lifted only just 0 times. What a weak link. I sanded the circle and polished the copper bits. Alexei thought it was funny, so while polishing, he was like,
Dzień dobry, mam na imię Aleksej. Jestem twoim asystentem.
The next lamp brought me a lot of pleasure. Not because of the violence included during making it, but because of I got to tease the child that resides at my household. He already broke it twice. The second time the child actually broke it, he chewed right through the tube. Look at that. So I thought I'm gonna fix it so that he will not get his hands on it anymore. I cut a new base using magic, then drilling holes through a lighter weight. As you can see, the weight is much smaller, but still Kathleen didn't lift it even once. And then sandwiching it together with these 2 brackets that were already beautified in the store. I did not like the color, so I went to the basement to paint it, and this time there was nothing. You see? Nothing. I then bodged it all together. Now, as it has an independent leg, it can be in the middle of the table where he just cannot reach. Basically, if I wouldn't have fixed these lamps, they would have all ended up on landfill. If you have money, send them to me. I will send you back the lamps in exchange. Next time you're gonna break something, fix it first. Don't buy a new thing. Hiro will be watching you. Don't forget that. Thank you for watching.
Смысл? Для людей понятная часть могла быть чем-то вроде... быть глазами, ушами и совестью Создателя Вселенной.